So many young, beautiful, innocent people living and enjoying their lives murdered by evil losers in life. I won't call them monsters because they would like that term. They would think that's a great name.
Overnight, President Trump already talking tough about the terror in Manchester, England. And our next guest says last night's attack has all the hallmarks of ISIS.
And here to weigh in is former senior CIA intelligence officer and Army veteran Tony Shaffer. Good morning, Tony. Thanks for being with us.
Sure, thanks for having me.
What was your reaction to the president's speech and when you saw these images of what happened at the Ariana Grande concert?
Well, first, this was well-timed. This was symbolic. This was both against a target of the Americans, of us, because this was in England, and frankly, because of the president's trip, that they wanted to make a statement. And more importantly, this was a mass casualty attack. Military-grade explosives. I think we're going to come to find this vest was probably smuggled in from Europe, and there was a network behind it. So these are all things of concern. To President Trump's comments, look, half measures have gotten us here. Either we accept that there's a war going on and we're going to do everything we can to go back at it as hard and as rapidly as we can, or just give up and go home. You know, I've seen Maria Harf on your own network here from the time she was at the State Department talking about giving jobs to ISIS. Nonsense. It's time we get past this soft narrative of the idea that we can somehow just be a little nicer. These people are going to listen to us. It's not going to happen. This is an example of what complacency gets you. And we have to now look at what happened here, how to go about, as your last guest said, getting ahead of them, figuring out where they're going, because ISIS is being defeated in the Middle East. They're going to spread out and go other places. Yeah. So the president's comments were very clearly designed to say, look, these people need to be dealt with, and we have to deal with them very severely.
And Tony, you mentioned a moment ago that you thought there was a possibility that this particular strike was timed to the president's trip in the Middle East.
Absolutely. Yes, Steve.
Why?
I do believe. Look, the president is out right now trying to create the circumstance and conditions for a larger alliance in the Middle East. We've talked about this here on the show, an Arab NATO, if you will, finding a way to bring the Arab nations, the Sunni nations together to focus on this common threat. The common issue right now is ISIS and Al-Qaeda, those two terror groups. So I think what we're seeing here is ISIS pushing back, trying to say, we don't care. Well, if they don't care, that's fine. What we have to then understand is that we must then do those hard things that we've not done over the past 16 years. Just remember, this war against radical Islam has gone on for 16 years. And I'm sorry, I think the president was badly served by his staff by them not permitting him to say radical Islam in Riyadh. And I'm sorry, H.R. McMaster and all those folks are giving the president options which, again, are only half measures. Either we're in it to win it, or we need to go home.
Wow, so you're disappointed in those comments. Interesting, or the lack thereof. Lieutenant Colonel, thanks so much.